What is up, my peeps? Your eyes are not deceiving you. This is Cain from Robocop 2. I have to say, this is my last Hiya figure that I have. You know, that came in recently with the rest of my figures. But when I mean last, I'm like, there isn't anything that is coming out that I necessarily want. This was the last figure that I wanted, and I'm like, yes, I got them all. So until we get some new, you know, announcements and such like that, this is the last Hiya toy that I wanted the most this year, and I'm super stoked about it. I was supposed to get this out earlier in the week, but like work has been crazy, and I just have to say right off the bat, it's I think aside from the lead xenomorphs from Alien Resurrection and the Pred Alien, I would say that this is another one of that's like perfect. Like, it's like I saw a bunch of pictures and it looked too small to me, but then I saw like one or two like reviews that came out with people lucky enough to get this early, and I noticed something on the legs that I was like, holy shit, I think you could extend how tall you could make this figure, and I was exactly right about that. I'm super stoked. And we can't do this review without, you know, an accomplice piece, and that's where this guy comes in. Bam! I bought this figure like last year, knowing for sure there's no way they were gonna do this figure without doing Cain, and I'm super happy to have the Robocop battle damaged version, the one that fought Cain in that movie. I know that movie's probably not a favorite, but it is a favorite of mine, and I'm so happy and honored to do the review of these figures. But mainly, this is the star of the show, so let's get into it. Woo! Ah, this looks great together. I feel like, I feel really blessed having, you know, been able to purchase the battle damage version of Murphy so I could pair up with this video. Now, what you see is what you get with Cain. He doesn't come with any accessories. I just added the Predator accessory because I thought it looked amazing. I think the only accessory for Cain is that Cain looks beautiful. This paint job is absolutely ridiculous, and the detail for the scale is just phenomenal, people. Look at that. Like, this is like only 40 bucks, man, and it's like they really they really nailed it. They nailed it. Like, you cannot, you know, get any better than this. I mean, you know, you could have, of course, you could always do better, but I really do think this is the definitive and only Cain that we have, and it's, you know, I'm pretty sure NECA's gonna do one soon, knock it out of the park as well, but that's for, you know, their 1/12 scale stuff. But for your, you know, 1/18, this is just phenomenal. He's so tall, I have to, like, well, he's so big, I have to do it, have to do his articulation and stuff from here. So if you guys are fans of the movie, you know, he had his hands like, you know, he has his four limbs, and they were his two extra limbs were tucked back just like this. Well, let me get this. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, bam. So he was tucked back just like this. One of the cool thing, oh, that's hot. That moves too. That's amazing. I didn't know that. That's hot. I'm finding things out. But yeah, his articulation is ridiculous. And as you guys heard me say in the beginning of the video, I was a little nervous because in the package, he was like short. I had to like extend his legs, but then I was like, you know, I like it. This is about the scale that he was to Murphy in the movie. But if you guys want him to be bigger, he has these extra pieces to his leg right here, and you could just make that, and you can make him stand much taller if you wanted to. So there's no complaints there. I've actually seen some videos, and that was some of the complaints people had with the figure. Look how tall you can make him. Look at that. It's amazing. You look. Hold on. I don't know if y'all understand. Look at that. Look how tall you can make him if you wanted to. And this is actually more of how he was in that film. But for the sake of the video, since he's so tall, I'm gonna just lower that height. So yeah, folks, if you wanna extend his height, you could just, you know, and these are our ratchets too, so you're not going to hinder anything. It's not going to wear over time. So don't worry about that. His other part of the legs might wear over time, but that's, you know, with any figure that you're going to have. But his articulation is just, as you saw, I had him in a T-pose earlier. He has his he has his 2 extra hands as well. He has his welding hands, and this is the hand that he used right here to create that gnarly gash in Murphy's mask. So I don't know if y'all remember that scene, but he was like, so, and also that little dent in his chest was caused by this brass knuckles that he has, and it does extend. Let me see if I can get it to extend. Yeah, there you go. He extended that and knocked Murphy's block off, and that's how he got that dent in the center of his chest. Also, as you know, he also fell off the building with Murphy, which was an amazing scene. I don't know why people give that movie so much flack. It was 80s. It was the 80s. I was a little kid when I saw that movie, but it was the 80s. What do you expect? And this is the hand right here. This hand right here is the one he uses to grab the nuke with, which no, he doesn't come with it. No, it's not. It doesn't open. I wish he would have came with a little can of nuke that goes inside here. That would have been fucking cool. But I'm not gonna like take points away for that at all. It looks amazing. He has his Gatling gun here. He has his I think that was a cannon. These are cannons in the film. This is just an amazing figure. I love how it tucks away just like in the movie. It's so good. It is so good. And these are his grabby hands. I love his grabby hands. You saw I had the him holding on to you know, the skull and spine that comes with, you know, some of your Predator figures, and it's amazing. And this is how his articulation is, just in case I didn't show that already. It's the same for the other arm as well. Another thing is that the arms don't get in the way. None of the arms get in the way of the wiry bits. Just be careful though. You don't want to like tug at them too hard. I don't think it'll come off. I think you really have to yank it off, but it's not going to come off. But other than that, this figure nailed it. It's so sweet. Oh my god, it's amazing how they nailed this figure. I don't know if anyone has really showed the back, but that's where his brain is at. His brain is located somewhere in there. And at the end of the movie, he yanks in and takes out. Speaking of his brain, Murphy comes with the brain, and that looks dope. That looks great. Murphy also comes with, of course, his stand, his gun and extra hands, and the gun holding hands. This is not about Murphy though, so he is featured, but it's not about him. It's about Cain. What's bugging you, Murph? Cain. Cain's bugging me. I love that movie. I'm sorry, guys. I'm super excited about it. But yeah, there's not much I can say. This figure nailed it, and its waist is on a ratchet too. It's not gonna wear down. You could tilt him forward. You could tilt him up. His head doesn't look down, but he does look up. Let me see if I can show you. He does look up. He looks up a little bit. He looks side to side. It's on a ball joint, but he doesn't even need to look down because I feel like it's imposing if you kneel him down to look at you. It's so creepy looking. They nailed this figure, everyone. I recommend it. Of course, if you're a Robocop fan, definitely get it. You know, for sure, if you're a Robocop fan. Him and Ed 209 were my favorite figures. So, well, my favorite characters in both those movies. I didn't really like part 3, even though I have that figure on pre-order as well. So that's gonna be lit. I'm super hyped. But without further ado, let's get to one of my favorite parts, aside from the video collage at the beginning, the size comparison. Stay tuned for that. And here is Cain next to my 2 versions of Murphy that I have. They're both from Robocop 2. This is Murphy, Robocop from Robocop 2 with his nice little sheen that he has, which looks cool with his gun. And this is, as I said earlier, this is the battle damage. This is the battle damage Murphy. Hold on, let me fix him because I want him to stand straight. Yeah. Bam. And this is battle damage Murph. Battle damage Murph looking great, looking great. He doesn't stand as good as the regular Murphy, but is beautiful nonetheless. So that's how he is next to his centerpieces. And now we're gonna move on to another nice special guest for this size review. And here he is next to a fan favorite, Ed 209 from the very first Robocop movie. Oh my god, it's so cool. He looks amazing. I never gave this guy a review. If you guys have been like longtime fans of the channel, longtime fans, it's only been like 9 months, but like I've had a lot of these figures way before I even thought about doing a channel, and this was one of the figures that I had. I couldn't pass up on it. I loved Ed 209, and I never had a Cain, and I was like, yes, I got them both. So it's such an honor to have both these characters in my collection. It's so fun, and this is how the scaling is. Of course, Ed 209 was bigger in terms, like bulkier, and Cain was just a more vicious, more accurate killer. So they have their little differences, but I'm so happy to be able to put them in a size comparison. All right, next. All right, and this is how Cain is going to look next to some of the other soldiers you might have in your collection, whether it be Fresh Monkey Studios, Acid Rain, Halo Infinite, Joy Toy, or your Warhammer 40k from Joy Toy. So this is how they will look, and I have to say, they all look great. I would say like the Warhammer guys out of he doesn't match here, but the rest of your soldiers, phenomenal. Looks fantastic. Next. And these are some of the female warriors I have in my collection to pair up with Cain. And I have to say, this looks fucking intimidating. It is so cool how Cain looks. No matter where you put Cain, he's just gonna command the attention. Whatever figure you pair him with, he's just gonna command the attention. Looks amazing. Now onward to some of my other Hiya stuff that I have. And here are some of my prettier Hiya Toys Predators that I have in my collection and you might have in yours. I chose to go with the pretty ones because, you know, aesthetics, but it looks amazing. You can see how this guy is going to scale next to your collection, and if you wanted to, you could make him a little taller by, like I said earlier, just simply extending his legs. I mean his where he has his little ratchet joints at, and he could surpass any of your Predators in your collection. And that looks a little bit more imposing for the Predators, if I may say so myself. I'm super hype about this. So you know what we're gonna do next. We're gonna go to our Xenomorphs. Hold on for that. Woosah, woosah. This is how Cain looks in some of your Xenomorphs you might have in your collection. I decided to go with some of my favorite designs of the Xenomorphs. And by a long shot, I love the lead alien. Looks amazing next to Cain. Just the way they've been painting their figures lately, it looks amazing. If I were better at painting, I'd probably try to paint up my other Xenomorphs with the same kind of sheen and shiny metallic-y looking, you know, crest that they have. But anyway, that's not about them, it's about Cain. And this is how Cain is going to pair in your Xenomorph collection. And in case you guys didn't notice, I did not put the big ones in because they are next. Jesus, this is how Cain looks next to your Pred Alien from AVP Requiem and your newborn Xenomorph from Alien Resurrection. And like I said before, guys, Hiya lately has been like knocking things out of the park with their paint schemes lately. It looks fantastic. It's gonna look great in your Hiya collection if you decide you want to pair these guys together. Onward. I don't know about you guys, but I really think this looks cool. Here's Cain paired up with the Alien Crusher from Aliens Colonial Marines. And I really dig this. This looks awesome to me. I could picture this Crusher chasing, you know, trying to catch up to Cain, and Cain just catching him and flipping him on his ass. That would be so dope to see that. Onward, we got one more. And you know we couldn't end this video without the Queen Bee herself, the Queen Xenomorph from Alien vs. Predator, paired up with Cain. And I must say, this looks cool. I put Cain looking like, holy shit, what the hell is that? But all jokes aside, you could actually, you know, like I said before, you could extend his height and try to, you know, make him more of a match for the Queen Bee herself, which I don't, he could probably wreck her in terms of his weaponry, but once she bleeds on him, or any other xenomorph bleeds on him, he's toast. Like melting like hot butter. But Cain looks phenomenal. I cannot stress it enough. If you're a big fan of Robocop, this is a must-have. Also, if you're a fan of 1/18 scale, must-have. This looks great to pair in your collection. Or if you're really gotten into collecting Hiya toys in general, like you really like the company, the line, and the growth of the company, because they've been getting better. I really look forward to the next stuff that they have in line. You know, their Judge Dredd stuff. I know that they haven't announced any of the figures yet, but they also are going to do 1/18 scale G.I. Joe. So they didn't specify what they mean by that, whether they mean like the cartoony like stuff or from the movies, so we don't know. But it's Hayato, so hopefully they'll you know, do them justice. So with that being said, folks, I'm going to end it right here with, you know, this has been the review of Cain for Robocop 2. This is Dat Damn Figure Show, your host with the most, Ben, out. Peace.